South Korea scrambles their fighter jets. Houthi rebels launch more attacks against vessels in the Red Sea. And Pakistan suffers a major terrorist attack. Good morning, everybody. Today's December 14th. We're going to go ahead and talk about some of the latest headlines that the mainstream media is conveniently leaving out of their narrative. So, last night, the Houthi rebels launched another attack against an oil tanker in the Red Sea. This tanker was carrying jet fuel from India up into the Mediterranean, and the Houthis presume that they were delivering this fuel to Israel. And they might be right. However, in the article, it did not say where this oil tanker was delivering the jet fuel. So, you know, we've talked about this threat on this channel for years, right? The Houthi rebels are now taking possession of the Bab al-Mandab Straits, right? And they have threatened all commercial vessels that are doing business in Israel, right? They have threatened them, okay? And they are carrying through with their threat, right? Now, this is definitely a very serious escalation which is occurring in this region. Why? Because a large percentage of world trade goes through the Red Sea. It goes through the Suez Canal. Okay? And in order to get there, it has to go through the Bab al-Mandab Straits. Well, the Bab al-Mandab Straits are within range of Houthi suicide drones and missiles. Okay? Thankfully, this boat was not hit this time, but it serves as a warning. Okay? Anyone that does not submit to the Houthis' demands in this region is subject to attack. And, you know, they missed this time, but what could happen next time, right? They might not miss next time, right? So this is putting putting a very serious strain on commercial activity that is going through the Bab al-Mandab Straits. And if the Houthis decide to take possession of this, they could very well institute a toll. They could very well put a toll on the Bab al-Mandab Straits. It's not something that's outside of the realm of possibility. They have the capability to do it, okay? They have shown that they are willing to launch attacks on vessels that do not comply, okay? And so the next stage, the next natural step in this situation would be for them to lay claim to the Bab al-Mandab Straits, okay, and place a toll on any vessel going through the Bab al-Mandab Straits. This would give them, there's major financial incentive for them to do it. So it's definitely not something outside of the realm of possibility. And so for that reason, we need to keep our eye on this situation, right? Because if they decide to do it, then there will be retaliation from other people, other countries that disagree with them. So this could spiral into even more conflict, right? So anyway, so on that front, you know, we forecasted this years ago, and it is occurring, okay? So Pakistan last night suffered a major terrorist attack. They said this was the worst terrorist attack in Pakistan all year. All right, the Pakistani Taliban launched a suicide bombing against 23 Pakistani soldiers. They lost their lives, and this is 3 weeks before the national election in Pakistan. Now, if you remember in the last episode, we talked about a convention of Muslim scholars that just took place in Islamabad. Well, one of the things that happened at that conference was a warning to the leadership in Pakistan that if they do not side with Gaza and stand against Israel, then the Muslim world could rise up and overthrow the Pakistani government. This was one of the warnings that the Muslim scholars gave during their convention, and it is a very serious warning. You know, usually when they bring these topics up, when they warn about these types of things, they're very serious. Okay, they don't warn about something that they can't do, right? And so it's very important for us to listen to what they're saying, because very shortly after they said that, we have these biggest terrorist attack in Pakistan that they've seen all year, that they've had all year. Now, you know, Pakistan has to deal with terrorist attacks all the time, but not on this scale. Okay, usually it's one or two lone people that are you know, doing something small with a rifle or blowing themselves up. But this car bomb was massive. It was a massive car bomb. Okay, and you know, when we left Afghanistan, we empowered the Taliban with so much equipment that they never dreamed that they'd have. We left behind Mi-17s. We left behind A-29 Super Tucanos, countless armored vehicles, thousands of RPGs, countless rifles and ammunition, and even artillery. Okay, so the Taliban is a very very powerful force in that region right now. Okay, and the Pakistani Taliban is attempting to destabilize Pakistan, right? And what would happen if they do that? What would happen if they get a hold of the nuclear arsenal in Pakistan? The entire world would be on edge from that. They could threaten the entire world. Pakistani nukes have a major range. Okay, they're not unsophisticated. Okay, they could very well threaten the entire world with this nuclear arsenal. Okay, so they would literally go from cave dwellers to a formidable force in a matter of weeks, right? The elections are coming in a few weeks, and they're already blackmailing the government. They're already blackmailing Pakistani leadership, right? And they are able to carry through with their warnings. So this is definitely something we need to keep our eye on, even though it may seem so far away. It is not. It could come straight to your doorstep. It could come straight to our doorstep. How could it come to our doorstep? Iran makes their own submarines. Pakistan has nukes. Put those two together right here on our doorstep, okay? It is not outside of the realm of possibility. It is not a far stretch of the imagination to say that nukes from Pakistan could make their way here to the United States. It is not outside of the realm of possibility. It is definitely something we need to be concerned about. So, on a separate note, Russia and China sent jets into the air defense identification zone of South Korea. It was 4 Russian fighter jets and 2 Chinese fighter jets. So, in response, South Korea scrambled some of their fighter jets to intercept them. So, what we're seeing, guys, is a major increase in tensions all over the world. Right? We're seeing smaller nations which were previously thought to be not important, or rather incapable of launching major attacks against other nations, they're now starting to rise up, right? We're seeing a major shift in the balances of power, and it's because of our blunder in the Middle East, and because of the proliferation of Iranian military technology. So you can expect these things to continue to get worse, right? You can expect allies of Iran to gain more and more power and influence over the coming months and years, and you can expect to see major shifts in geopolitics and in the natural flow, or rather the typical flow, of commercial goods. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. If you like this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up on your way out. Share the video with your family and friends. Help my channel grow. I'd really appreciate it. If you want to donate to the channel, there's a link in the description box where you can do that. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And as always, don't forget, help out your neighbors.